What is going on, everybody? Before we jump into today's video, I just wanted to announce that Niantic did release a promo code for the Gucci North Face collaboration avatar items. So if you haven't picked up those items yet, make sure you enter this promo code in the Niantic redeem offer page. I will put a link in the description. Actually, I'll probably put a pinned comment down below in the comments. So go check that out, copy paste that promo code, and you will have access to the Gucci North Face collaboration avatar items, which are What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Ox here with another video. If you're new to the channel, we do upload Pokemon Go content mostly related to PvP, so please consider subscribing to the channel if that is of interest to you. And if you're a returning subscriber like Matt Grit, thank you for the support. So before we get started in today's video, I just wanted to give a big thank you to everybody who sent me congratulatory messages for hitting legend in the previous video, and thank you so much for watching and liking that video. In today's video, we are taking a look at the Master League, Open Master League, and you guys know me, I love some Open Master League action. I was not able to really do any matches in the Open Master League, so haven't really been able to put out much content for that specific league. But today we got a shoutcast video, and it is featuring Shadow Mewtwo. Not just any Shadow Mewtwo, this is a Hundo Shadow Mewtwo. So you know this guy right here is a luck box, some kind of chief subscriber to the channel. Shout out to you. He has a Hundo Shadow Mewtwo, which I guess in some ways is a Shundo. And then after, he has Lugia as well, which is also going to be very entertaining. And then we got Dialga. So looking very forward to covering these battles. Should be a lot of fun seeing how the Shadow variant of Mewtwo performs to the regular variant, which I have used many times on this channel before. If you guys enjoy this type of content, please smash that like button. It really helps the channel grow. And without any further ado, let's jump into the first battle right now. So once again, I'd like to thank everybody for the shoutcast submissions, and remember, if you are submitting your battles to be shoutcast, make sure that the Google Drive link is unlocked, because if it is locked, unfortunately I cannot cover those battles and I will just move on to the next submission. Now with that said, I do appreciate everybody who has submitted battles. Unfortunately, I've been a little bit busy this week, so I haven't uploaded in almost 3 days. If it were up to me, I would upload every day and I'd cover all your battles, but because of time concerns, I cannot do it. But still, I appreciate all the submissions. So with that said, let's jump into this first battle here. Some kind of chief rocking this Shadow Mewtwo, and we see a Giratina origin here in the lead. So this is a pretty difficult lead for Mewtwo, of course. And you can see he is running Shadow Ball on his Mewtwo, so no Focus Blast here. Gonna shield this. I believe for the Shadow variant, Shadow Ball probably is the better move. Ominous Wind comes here. You can see that Shadow Mewtwo takes a lot more damage than the regular variants here. I'm just gonna go for the Side Strike here. Let's see if the opponent chooses to shield. They do. Shadow Ball definitely would do a lot of damage, so they didn't want to take that. Gonna go for another Side Strike here, and then I'd imagine he either switch out or let the Mewtwo go down. So let's see what he does. He switches out into Dialga here, and we see the opponent counter with the Groudon. And you can see here, his Dialga is best buddy, his Mewtwo is also best buddy, but he actually did not put any of them as his actual buddy, so he's not getting the best buddy from any of his Pokemon for this entire set, which is definitely a noob move, so you guys want to make sure you don't do that. But here we see the Groudon come with the Earthquake that's going to KO the Dialga, and now he has the Lugia, which is going to absolutely wall Groudon. He could basically come in here and farm this thing down completely. So that's the beauty about Lugia, to be honest, especially now with Aeroblast. It really does have a place in this meta. You could argue already did have a place before, but now with Aeroblast, it's much more of a threat. And we see the Dialga come back in, so going to throw this Sky Attack here. And that's not going to get a shield. And now he's going to bring in the Mewtwo. We see the Giratina look to sack swap there, it looked like. And this, he is going to get the Shadow Ball here before fainting. This is absolutely huge. Let's see if the shield comes up from the Dialga. It does. Remember, he didn't show what his second move was, so the Dialga could have been afraid there of the Focus Blast, but at the same time, that's probably the move that's going to be doing the most damage here to Dialga. Let's see if this Lugia can get to the Aeroblast. Because he still has a shield, definitely has to shield this up. Thunder or Draco Meteor is going to really hurt Lugia. It's only an Iron Head, so he should be in a good position here. Aeroblast is going to come through. Let's see how this animation looks right here. That is pretty cool. Wow, look at that damage too. Not very effective, still knocks out the Dialga. That is no joke there. Big win, Super Mega 999 here in the next matchup. So let's see what he's going to be leading here. Shadow Mewtwo into a Togekiss. So the opponent here, Togekiss is a pretty big threat here, obviously, in the 2 shields, but the opponent chooses to switch out into Dialga. So Chief is going to throw the Shadow Ball here and then probably dip out, I'd imagine, into their own Dialga. They are going to bring in their own Dialga. But remember, actually, look at this opponent's Dialga CP. That is like XL Buddy over here. That is one beefy Dialga. and you can see Ironhead's going to come through here. He is going to shield this up, and this is a horrible matchup because he is not best buddy. He is taking a lot of damage here from this opposing Dialga, so we're going to see the Ironhead come through here. And the opponent chooses to burn their second shield. Yeah, does not have his best buddy here, so he's going to lose. Wow, what the heck is going on here? Does the opponent not have any moves? Wow. Okay, so the opponent got extremely greedy there, obviously, thinking they could farm down this Dialga, and they just pretty much threw the match. What the heck was that? Alright, so we are going to see the Giratina here throw the Omnis Wind most likely. Expect to see the shield come up and probably go for the Shadow Ball here. This is going to do some insane damage. This is probably going to KO, to be honest. Let's see how much this does. One shots the Giratina. Holy smokes. We see Togekiss come in. Here comes the Lugia. And you know that Lugia, I was watching Godzilla last night, like the 2014 remake. Decent movie. And that Aeroblast literally looks like that stuff that Godzilla is throwing out of its mouth at that other alien thing that came in the movie. I don't even know what the heck that thing was. That was a sick movie, actually. But Aeroblast coming through here, getting back on track. That's a lot of damage to the Togekiss. And the Togekiss is going to get farmed down by the Dragon Tail, so that is pretty insane. Shioken here in the next matchup, match number 3. And we're going to see Shadow Mewtwo into a Melmetal. Okay, so this is an interesting match because the regular variant of Mewtwo, I believe, wins this in like the 0 and 1 shields. I think that's even without Focus Blast, to be honest. But here, because of the defense drop from the Shadow, it's taking a lot of damage from those Rock Slides, so the match kind of flips differently. And we're going to see him go for the Side Strike here. And that's not going to shield. Now, I don't think he built up for enough to pose the Focus Blast threat, but at the same time, the opponent may have not expected it. And we see Dialga come in here into a Melmetal. This is absolutely crazy. Superpower coming through here. I guess realistically, he doesn't really have anything he can switch into Melmetal, right? Lugia doesn't want to switch into this either. Second superpower coming through. He's going to shield the second one. Actually did let the first one go through. We see Groudon come in, so this opponent definitely has some answers for Dialga on their team, and I think that's pretty much how the meta has been this year. It's been, or this season I should say, it's been very heavily focused on an anti-Dialga sort of strategy. Fire Punch coming through, that's going to knock out the Dialga, and again we're going to see Lugia come in here. Of course, Lugia, absolute wall as we have seen against Groudon, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him farm this thing down the whole way because there really is nothing that Groudon could throw here that's going to threaten Lugia. So it's going to take an Earthquake in this case all day. Look at that. Literally does nothing. Here comes a Fire Punch. Fire Punch is going to tickle it. Even Fire Punch, I don't know actually. I would imagine Fire Punch is going to do more than Earthquake actually. So yeah. So here comes what's going to come in? It's going to be Melmetal. This thing is loaded on energy. This Lugia, this is like 100 energy right here. Completely farmed down the ground. Aeroblast comes through, knocks out the Melmetal. Insane. Here comes the Dialga. Mewtwo coming back in, going to go for the Side Strike here. Opponent still has 2 shields. This is going to be a pretty tight game here. And there goes the first shield. Can he get to the next move here? He does get to the next Side Strike. Will the opponent choose to shield again or let this go through? Side Strike's going to do heavy damage coming from a Shadow. Boom. That's a lot of damage. And here comes the Lugia. This is going to be a really tight game, actually. Both players have a shield left. You have to shield this, really. Like, you have no choice. So, only an Ironhead. That's totally fine. Is he going to go for the Sky Attack here? He is. So, Sky Attack will likely get the shield here. Aeroblast would KO, so the Dialga probably doesn't want to take any chances here. Sky Attack would not KO, but going to be very close. Does get to the Sky Attack here. That Dialga is probably right at an Ironhead. I don't know if Ironhead will KO, though. This is a really tight match. Well, Sky Attack does not KO. Ironhead's going to come through. Is this going to be enough to knock out the Lugia, or will Lugia stand tall? It survives, and the Dragon Tail goes through. He wins that game. Unbelievable tight matchup there at the end. Lugia showing the bulk. It is the king of the Master League, kicking Dialga out of its place. Mewtwo into Melmetal again. This time the opponent switches out immediately into Dialga, and we see the mirror match here. And this is so brutal to be bringing in a Dialga that is not best buddy, especially when it is best buddy. You're taking so much Dragon Breath damage. Oh man, this is brutal. So Ironhead gonna come through here. I guess he just did this full set before realizing that it wasn't his buddy. Usually you realize that after the first game, seeing how much damage you're taking here. Look at that. I mean, the opponent didn't use the shield, so that's a benefit. I guess knowing that you don't have the best buddy on, it makes sense to just sort of throw that match and just come in with the Lugia after. But Lugia's still gonna have to take a move here, unfortunately. So let's see if he chooses to shield. He is going to shield. This is probably gonna be the nuke move. Could be Draco, could be Thunder. It is a Draco Meteor. Now that he threw the Draco, you have to farm down completely and not shield anything. Very unlikely he'll get to another Draco Meteor. And this is gonna be like an earthquake coming from Groudon at this point. The Iron Head. Let's see how much this does. Literally does nothing. The Lugia laughs at that and farms it down. And let's see if the opponent's probably gonna bring in the Melmetal, to be honest here. Yep, so he's going straight for the Aero Blast. Here comes the big boy move. Aero Blast actually has a beautiful animation, really like that. Does decent damage there, about 33%. And we are going to see this Melmetal throw a Rock Slide here. Is this going to be enough to knock out the Lugia? Honestly, I don't think it will be. Lugia is so tanky. No, it's not enough. And could get to another Aero Blast. Chooses to switch out into the Mewtwo instead. And unfortunately, the opponent is going to get off a move here. This is going to do a lot of damage to Mewtwo. So let's see what the opponent has in the back here. And the opponent's staying in. Going to throw this Psy Strike here. Now, I don't think Psy Strike's going to KO. Maybe the play is to just go straight for Shadow Ball. Yeah, that's not going to KO. He's going to have to burn the shield now because the Rock Slide is going to come through. So I guess you could shield here and farm down. But if the opponent switches out, probably should have just went for the Shadow Ball instead. And the opponent did switch out. So, I mean, that's a tight spot. You could argue that, but he would have still had the shield after. He has the Aero Blaster and Lugia, remember. So the one benefit from the extra farm here is that he does get the 2 Psy Strikes. So this is going to get a shield from the Dragonite. Thing is, the Lugia did have the Aero Blast in the back, so he could have went for that, probably won the game here, but it looks like he's going to win regardless. So I guess it doesn't really matter here. Sky Attack comes through. It's going to knock out the Dragonite. And one Dragon Tail is enough to knock out the Melmetal. So takes that game. Very well played. Marco Guerres 93 here in the next matchup. And we're going to be seeing Mewtwo into Dialga. So this is a pretty bad matchup for the Shadow variant, of course. Really doesn't seem to win in any situation here compared to the normal variant. So we're going to see the Psy Strike come through here. Did build up energy, so the opponent might shield this, thinking it could be a Focus Blast. Lets it go through, and now Iron Head definitely would KO. Will they choose to shield this? They're pretty much at another Psy Strike, so I would expect to see the shield. We do see the shield, and now they're going to apply their own pressure. No, they're going to switch on to their own Dialga, kind of like that play. The opposing Mewtwo comes in here now, and he is going to be able to get to an Iron Head before this Mewtwo throws a move. So let's see how the opponent chooses to play this out. They do choose to shield that. And let's see what they're going to throw. Are they going to go for the Focus Blast? If they have Focus Blast, I think it makes sense to go for that here. But we will see. It is a Psy Strike. And they might have a second Psy Strike ready. This is going to knock out the Dialga. Don't expect to see a shield here. He is not going to shield. So Psy Strike comes through. KOs the Dialga. Let's see what he's going to come in with here. Will he bring in the Lugia? Will he bring in the Mewtwo? He's going to come in with Lugia here. Now, if this Mewtwo has Shadow Ball, this could be risky because Shadow Ball is going to do about 50% of the Lugia's health. But if it's running Focus Blast, Psy Strike, oh, there it is, Shadow Ball. I guess it makes sense that it's running Shadow Ball because it is a switch in. I think the switch Mewtwo makes more sense to have Shadow Ball. He actually switched into Mewtwo to catch them. Now he has to burn a shield. I think you could have probably stayed in with Lugia there because Psy Strike would not KO the Lugia. But this could be okay too. Gonna throw the Psy Strike here. Only problem about switching the Mewtwo there to catch is that it has to use the shield after. Whereas if Lugia took that damage, it would have survived. We see Giratina in the back. This is not good. Pretty much nothing you could do here, I guess. Wow, no shield! No shield from the Giratina. Oh my gosh, I guess Shadow Ball could have possibly won the game there, maybe. It would have still been very difficult. Shadow Ball, I don't think would KO, and you would still need Dragon Tail damage from this Lugia. Probably would have fell a little bit short, but that was a lot of crazy stuff going on in these matches here. Those were some pretty intense battles. Loses that last one, but he does go 4-1. Those were some very entertaining battles. Thank you so much, Some Kind of Chief, for the entertainment. If you guys enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like, commenting, subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.